So since I don't plan on splitting the cases at all, I figured the best plan of action to clean them was good old-fashioned elbow grease. While the motor is still together and sealed up, I used a combination of steel wool, degreaser, and a toothbrush and cleaned the engine cases as best I could. So now that the engine cases are cleaned, I can go ahead and remove the heads and the cylinders and send them off for sandblasting. Hopefully they come off easy, because they are known to be a pain in the butt sometimes. So these cylinders can be a real pain to get off sometimes. I've seen a few ways to get them off. The way that I'm resorting to with these particular ones, because they're so hard, is I got an M16 by 2 tap. I'm just threading down up until it bottoms out onto the stud, and then I'm using these big bolts here, and I'm kind of working them all down at the same time, push down on the stud and lift up on the cylinder. And if you see here, it is coming off pretty good. And again, just a little turn, maybe a quarter turn, an eighth of a turn on each one, and just work them in a star pattern so you're pulling the whole head off evenly. This isn't, again, be all and end all method. It's just for this particular situation, this is what's working for me. Just one thing to note if you are going to use this method is that the holes for the studs actually have a step down about halfway through. At that point, these bolts aren't going to do anything and you're wasting your time. So if I take my fancy depth gauge here and just slide it down. Okay, I'm on the step. So there you have it. That's what? 2.25 inches. That's what all the depth you're going to get out of one of these bolts. So again, if you're threading in and you find that all 4 of them have just kind of stopped, they're not going anymore, alter what you're doing. Clean out the holes, look down, and you'll most likely see that the studs are now flush with that little step down area. Okay, and just as expected, we are bottomed out on the little step that I was just mentioning earlier. You see it down in the cylinders. So that's as far as I can go with this current method. I'm going to resort back to using a block of wood and brute strength and try to knock this thing off the rest of the studs. Great success. Now to help prevent this from happening in the future, there is a trick I learned from some of the other Kawasaki triple guys, and that is when you're reassembling the motor to coat both sides of the base gasket as well as the studs with the copper coat or a high temperature anti-seize. This will just make it a heck of a lot easier when trying to remove the cylinders in the future. So next up is to sandblast the heads and cylinders. After that, in an upcoming video, I'm going to be polishing the side covers, putting them back together, and get this old motor looking brand new again.